Yes. Okay.
It's
Good
going, madam.
afternoon. Yeah. Good afternoon, dear participants. So we are here for the last session of the day, and the topic for the session is reference manager and citation, which will be taken up by Dr. Satish Kannamadi, librarian, TIS, Mumbai campus. Over to you, Satish sir.
Okay, thank you.
Can I change the slide so that sir can?
Yeah. Good. Okay, thank you. Thank you for coming back to the second session. And I just want to indulge in some 5-6 minutes discussion so that others get a chance to join. And also the inertia of the post-lunch session is taken care. Okay. Now, let me put across this question. What is the most boring work related to this academics research, you know, publishing? What is the most mundane, boring? Anyone can.
So maybe literature survey.
Literature survey, okay. I can. What else? In terms of process, yes, okay. What is the most boring? You just do it because you have to. Otherwise, you don't enjoy doing it.
It's always managing the references, bibliography, putting it seriously boring for us.
Because if there is any one process in the research which converts a intelligent faculty into a clerk, it is the reference management. It really brings you down to the level of, in a sense, documentation in terms of our. Always you are in the process of searching something. You don't know the details, but you still keep searching for it. So also anything that can go wrong will go wrong with reference management process. So I have, over a period of years, I have spoken to many people, advised people, and all of them tell that, this particular part of process is something that really is not so interesting to them. Okay. Now, coming to the next part of it, what is uh, the number of references that you expect to manage? Assume that you are working on a research article. Manage in the sense you would dip into, and then obviously people quote anywhere between 6 to 25, 30 references per article on an average. But if you take a thumb rule, how many references you think you would be requiring to manage? Any calculation, any guess? For a journal article, or as a, say for example, you are a young researcher who is uh, about to start to work on his PhD thesis. Now, how many dissertations you think, how many references you think you would, deal with by the time you finish your PhD? Any guess? I think, okay, I forgot to see the chat box. References less than 100, somebody has written. Depends on the number of articles you are referring for a paper, around 24 to 100. For, I think, PhD, somebody has written more than 250. Okay. Fair guesses, depending on the type of topic, the level of skills that you have in order to identifying the references and pooling them together so that properly you can use them for your dissertation. So it varies from, say, 100 to up to 400, 500 references, or it could be more than that also. But on an average, I have seen that those who do not deal with reference managers have been, managing their dissertation with somewhere around 200 to 350 or 400 references. Okay. Now this brings me to the next question. It is for all actually, whoever has finished PhD or who is started working on that. How do you manage your references? How do you? What is the process used by you to manage the references? How do you do that? Like I will share with you my own experience. When I did my doctoral studies in between 2000 to 2004, I used an Excel sheet for managing the references. So all the references I would put into an Excel sheet, and then at least I have something, some database kind of a thing which I can use. And then whenever I wanted to include any citation references, I would retype the whole thing into the Word document. So that is how I managed. But afterwards, so many new things have come. I'm sure people would be much smarter than what I was then. So what are the methods used by you people in managing references? Any guess? Okay. Basically, today's researchers have access to the very popular reference management tools, which will help you to manage this activity with much ease. Okay. Now, what are the steps involved in basic reference management? Why do you need to do a reference management? Why you should do that? As a researcher, as a teacher, tell me why you need to do or manage this process. Can't we just leave it like that, or you need to manage it? What compels you to manage? Okay. Okay. No problem. So we will discover all that and much more during the next 60-65 minutes, and then we will keep aside another 10-15 minutes for the discussion. Okay. So let us start with a brief presentation on a 10 to 12 slide presentation on reference management tools. I'm going to share the screen. Okay, what are the software packages, or basically the digital reference management of citation and referencing tools for the scholars. Now, citations or references or bibliography, these are all fundamental to a good research. Now, because research is always done on the previous knowledge, how the research progresses. It progresses based on the findings, based on the innovations, inventions done by the previous research. And this previous research is made accessible to people because all this previous research is recorded in terms of citations, references, bibliography, somewhere in a searchable manner. Okay, so the access to good research is possible only if there are citations, references, and bibliography in place. In the olden days, this used to be a very manual process where you would physically locate the document, record the bibliographic details, convert them into the citations, and then use them into your thesis and dissertations. Now, these citations or references or the bibliography, they serve as the foundation of the scholarship. Why do you do the review of literature? Review of literature is done so that you access this foundation of the scholarship to build on your theory, your findings, your research. So previous citations, references, they serve as the foundation of this scholarship. Now, this foundation comes with a price. The collecting, organizing, using references is a really tedious job. Why it becomes tedious is because there are multiple formats. Say, for example, 10 years ago, what were the different formats of documents you had? Okay, journal articles, books, and then trade literatures, newspapers, magazines, something like that. But now you have all sorts of digital sources also. There are websites, there are tweets, there are anything, blogs are there. So as the formats of the scholarship that is being made differs, so is the task of collecting, organizing, using references in the scholarly process. Now, producing a bibliography is a time-consuming process because a bibliography contains the bibliographic details like author, publication title, place of publisher, pagination, year of publication, okay, name of the publisher, all those details. And this process of citation is complicated by different citation formats that are available. Say, for example, American Psychological Association and the Chicago Manual of Style, Modern Language Association. These are all multiple citation formats being followed by different journals. They insist that all the citations must appear in a particular format. Say, for example, you have prepared a journal article, prepared the citations in the form of American Psychological Association format, but somewhat, they did not accept that. Now you wish to submit it to another publisher, but that publisher is insisting that we don't follow APA format, we want Chicago Manual of Style. So you will have to redo all that clerical job once again so that your citation conforms to the format of that particular journal. So this producing bibliography is a time-consuming process, but a very repetitive one and a mundane activity. That is the reason effective managing of references becomes all the more important. It is the most complicated aspect of being a researcher because there is a lot of confusion, chaos in terms of if you don't have a certain pagination, how do you check that? I have seen very senior professors coming to me telling that, Satish, either you get me the pagination of this particular piece of publication, or the publisher has asked me to drop the reference. Either the citation has to be complete, or it has to be dropped. So that this is the importance of that. Now, the research management tools, reference management tools are essential for effectively managing the references. Good number of reference management software are available, but the dilemma is which one to use, how to select. You are spoiled for choices here. There are some which are discipline specific, some are widely used among science and technology community. And this reference management resembles managing personal digital library. This is like the contact list in your phone. So the number of citation styles also exist that has made this aspect very difficult. How the process over the year has improved. It all started with handwritten on index cards, organizing, sorting. 80s saw the online databases searching era initiates reference management tools. Obviously, they were standalone. 90s, the networked versions came. 2000, web-based versions. And then 2010, the Web 2.0 enabled, where you can interact, you can exchange data with social media tools came into picture. So they are continuously evolving to meet user expectations. And this reference management is so convenient now. I wish that I should restart my process of doing PhD once again, uh, just because of the sheer joy of availability of the reference management tools. Now, what are the features and functions of these reference management tools? The importing, exporting of citations from databases and websites. You know, this is like uh, when you buy a new phone, all 500, 600 contacts that you have need to be exported to the new phone. So you nowadays you achieve that using Google. You put it into Google Contacts, and from there you simply import or export those citations. In the same way, the or to take a backup, because these online versions, anything can go wrong. What will happen if all the references that you have been using uh, for some technical glitches disappears from the computer? Okay, so you need to have a backup plan. So for that purpose, you must have a facility to export the citations into certain file formats. And the reference management tools also offer data storage options. That means nowadays the reference management tools that are available, up to 2 GB data is free, and beyond that, there will be a nominal subscription fee. And they adhere to the standard formats like RIS or BibTeX. These are the standard file formats for storing the bibliographic records. Organization of citations within the RM database. That means when you have, say, 400, 500 citations in your reference management database, you need to play around this. I want to organize these citations based on my chapters. You can do that based on my requirements. I need it for PhD, I need it for articles, I need it for my trade report. So like that, based any purpose that you want, you can enact that for organizing the citations. So there will be a citations library where everything appears, and you can also have libraries specific for a specific purpose. And you can add notes and annotations to citations also. You can add notes. Searching and sorting within the database also is possible through these features and functions. Now, sharing of reference management database in full or part, sometimes what happens is you want to migrate from one reference management tool to another reference management tool. So for that, you need to have a sharing facility, data interchange, migration with other reference management tools, producing formatted citations, bibliographies, that means in different formats, linking with the full text using link. If you are in the reference management, from there itself, you should be able to go to the full text of the article, and these should be available open source, free or fee based, and different levels, individual institutions, Web 2.0 versions are also available. So these are, if you look at the features and functions like importing, exporting, data storage, standard file formats, organization of citations, adding notes and annexures, searching and sorting, sharing of the database, data interchange, migration, or formatted citations, or ability to take you from the reference manager to the full text of the document, and available in the open source, free or fee based. Now, there are some popular research management tools. Say, for example, EndNote, RefWorks, Zotero, Mendeley, SciTuLike, Knoti. One of the drawbacks of uh, is that the support always becomes a major issue. But for today's demonstration, what I have taken is I have taken Mendeley as the reference management tool for demonstration purpose and for explain the concept. Now Mendeley I have chosen because now Mendeley is with the Science Direct platform. Zotero is also good, but Mendeley is free, open source, up to 2 GB of data. That means up to 500 references. Full text you can store in Mendeley, and it is open source, so we can make use of this. So Mendeley is a new startup company, started in 2008, free package with an option to upgrade at cost, offers both desktop and web version. Because any tool, if at all it has to be a web-based one, then there has to be a cloud presence, which is web version, and something which rests on your laptop or a computer, which is a desktop version. So this is compatible across platforms. That means Windows, Macintosh, and Linux. So I will be using a Linux-based Mendeley for demonstration, and copy and paste feature, that means from one to another, strong in PDF management, because 90% of the literature that you are looking for appears in PDF format. So you will have a strong PDF management capability, dashboard for collaboration and to watch research trends, cite as you write or use drag and drop. We will explain this, generate individual statistics and the ability to mark paper as read and unread. So these are all the salient features of Mendeley. The Mendeley would look like this. And these are the tutorials for you to getting started, different, Zotero, EndNote, RefWorks. Mendeley is also there. There are video tutorials. Most of what I will be describing today, I have taken it from the tutorials that are available on the website. So these are all the self-help tools that the reference management is available. Okay. So this is all that I wanted to share with you about the reference management tools. The purpose of this presentation was to give you an idea of what are the reference management tools that are available, what are their salient features, what they can do to you, and how you can use them for managing your references is what we are going to understand in the next 30 or 40 minutes time. Okay, so I will okay, I was just wondering. Okay, so first what I will do is I will demonstrate the process of the reference management, a citation work, and then we will go to the understanding process, and then we will come back again and do that. Okay, allow me to share the screen. Okay. 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 I had created a test document. Basically, this is something that it's a draft actually. So here you can see that okay. So once you install Mendeley onto your desktop, you see these options. Insert option. This insert citation is there. So I will click on this, and then it is asking me to search for paper. I will search the paper. Okay, this I want to. Okay. You see this, the reference has appeared here. Okay, and I will go further, and then one more I will include here. I will go to insert citation and stick page. Okay, you can see that, and I will come here. I will insert citation. These are the references that I already had in mind. Okay, so 3 references I have included as in-text citations. These are called in-text citations. So what I will do is, I will come here. You need to write these references, and I want these to be listed here. So you can see that I will simply say insert bibliography here. So whatever these things are there, Chang, the same thing has appeared here. Okay, so this so quickly it appears. It has made the alphabetical arrangement of the entries, and the entries are according to some format. Okay, you can choose citation style. If I change the citation style according to different, I can do that also. So for example, this. The moment I do that, things change here also. Okay. So this is the benefit of having a reference management tool. Say, for example, you are able to insert in-text citations wherever you wish, only because it was added to your library in Mendeley. Now, I just now explained to you what is Mendeley. Mendeley is basically a reference management tool, or okay, 1 second. It is a reference management tool that helps you to manage your references along with the full text. The best part of this is you can have full text also embedded in the same way. So how you do that? You can see that whatever we have, say Chang, we have done that. No? So if you click here, those things are there. Okay. So it is like it is like this. Or if you take this. So these, in the sense, the ability of a reference manager to provide you reference management purpose along with managing access to it is the fantastic thing. Okay. So here, what we will do is, we will try to understand this one by one. Okay. Please stop me wherever you find any confusion, or if you are unable to follow this. And obviously I just want to ask a question to all the participants. Is there anyone who is using reference management tools among the participants? Is there anyone who is using, just for sake of understanding?
So a few participants have said yes.
Okay.
Rashmi ma'am has said she is using Zotero.
Zotero, okay. Who else is there? Shobha, or what she's using? Okay, okay, no problem. Okay, okay.
Shobha ma'am, you can write in the chat box.
Okay. Rashmi ma'am, can you explain what is that you found good about it and then bad about it? If she can speak.
Sir, the beautiful thing about Zotero is I can just access the papers anytime, without I don't have to maintain a separate library for what I have access. So that is a beauty. And then the citations, anytime, anywhere, I just have to type in that add citation thing. It gets automatically there. And bibliography, when I'm extracting the references, exporting the reference, it comes in the APF format, and I don't have to bother. I don't even check what is there in bibliography. So I just love Zotero. I love Zotero.
This is good. I'm so happy that at least we have one, person, Professor Rashmi, who is prolific user of reference management tools. Even this Mendeley also comes close to that, and in fact, in the about 3 or 4 years ago, I used to demonstrate Zotero only. Now, we are promoting this Mendeley, but nevertheless, both are equally good. Okay, so now let's try to understand the process of how to install and then how to activate this process, what I explained to you just now, in your computer. Okay, so I will share the screen. This. Okay. Okay. So this is the Mendeley page. One of the requirements for having a Mendeley reference management tool on your laptop or desktop is you must have an account with the Elsevier, Science Direct. So for that purpose, it is very much essential that you can create a free account. Here you can see. Otherwise, whoever has added references to Mendeley, those references also can be searched here. But if you want to access and use this Mendeley citation tool in your papers, first requirement is you need to create a free account. So it's like as simple as this one. You just need to give register. I think I will. You just have to create one email and then password of yours, and then you have to sign in. Okay. So you please note that you need to. Okay, I will. This is my. Okay. So this is basically my Mendeley account. So how you do this? You go to Mendeley, you create a free account. When you create a free account, all it does is you have to register with an email ID, and they send a verification link to that email ID. There is no need to give any other personal details. You just give an valid email ID. They send a verification link, like how people send OTP to your mobile for confirmation. Click on that verification link, your account is ready. So this is how you have created a Mendeley. So this is my library. This is some of the references that I have created. And it is essential that you create an online account of Mendeley in order to use the desktop version. This is the web version. Okay, this is the web version. Now coming to the desktop version. You see this. On the same, you have downloads. Reference manager is basically a database manager, reference manager. Web importer is something that will help you to import references from the web. Say, for example, how you should add references from Google Scholar or Sage Online Database or on Amazon bookstore. So web importer basically helps you to import references from that is available on the web. And citation plugin is a tool that will help you to prepare in-text citations and in the Word or the LibreOffice document. So first is the reference manager, which you have to click here and then download. Second is the web importer, and third is the citation plugin. When you click on citation plugin, you will get to see these things: insert citation, merge citations, insert bibliography, reprint, choose citation style. Like this, all those things will be available to you. So reference manager, web importer, citation plugin. First, you need to do this reference manager. Second, web importer, and third is the citation plugin. In the same order, if you do, I know it will be easy for you to, understand and execute this. So basically, reference manager. How the reference manager looks is, when you download this, it looks like this, Mendeley desktop. See this. Okay. Whatever references I have in the web version, say for example, library. See this, Debraj Gupta, Debraj Makimoto. The same things are available in the, the same thing are available in the desktop version also. This is a desktop version which is required for operating into in-text citations. This you can use in the offline version also. एक बार ये download हो गया तो you will be able to use it for managing your references. Whereas this one is an online thing. You can safely say that all the references will be available in your desktop version. That means these details, these full text will be available, whatever you have added, on your desktop or a laptop. Basically, it is a extension in the browser. So you can use Chrome also, you can use Mozilla Firefox also. So once you do that, you would have this. Okay. So, okay. Okay. So, and by if you see this button here, sync. So by syncing this, what we are doing is we are continuously syncing between the desktop version and the web version. Okay, when you are here also there is an option for syncing. You can see that it is already doing it. So the continuous syncing keeps on happening between two accounts, the web version and the desktop versions. So the desktop version, assume that if your laptop gets corrupted, okay, if your laptop gets corrupted, if your browser doesn't function, or if there is some issue with your system, where will you go? So at that time, the same things will be available in the web version. So web version basically is a safety locker for you, where all your references are being stored in the web version. Okay. So this is the okay. Now that, is it clear to you? Is it that you need to download this? When you go here, you need to download, but download the one that is applicable to you. If you are using a Windows machine, then there are Windows things available. Linux, there is Linux available. Okay, so you have to use what is corresponding to you. Okay, now in this, you can store up to 2 GB of data. The free account of Mendeley comes with 2 GB of storage. That effectively means that if you only store bibliographic details, you can store as many as 6,000 references. Or if you store full text articles also, even if you say around 4 MB of each file, each article requiring a storage of 4 MB, you would still be able to 4 or 5 MB, you would still be able to store 400 full text articles on the web. So, it is good enough for you to manage your research. Okay. So this is all about the how to create an account on Mendeley. First, you have to create an account on Mendeley. When you have done that, then you should go to the Reference Manager, Web Importer, and Citation Plugin. So when you go to Reference Manager, say for example, it is asking for, say, do you want it for Windows, Mac, or Linux? So click on whichever one you need. Okay. And after you do that, then you have to come to the Reference Manager. I will log out so that I will show you. Just 1 second. I must have saved my password. Otherwise, okay. Let it be. Okay. Now that we have understood what is required for setting up a reference management tool, you would download Reference Manager, Web Importer, and Citation Plugin. Okay. Once that is done, so this is a web version, this is a desktop version. Okay. So here, how do we add references? Say for example, you have now that only how many 10 or 12 are there, so you wish to add references, so you can come here, click add files. Okay, now I will again come here, so I will add this METS. Okay, this file I'm going to add. Whether it comes, we will see. See this, it has come here. Okay, I just clicked on that PDF file and it has come here. You see this? Okay, and I will demonstrate this once again. Please see how to add references to your library. So I will come here and say add file. I will choose one more, EE Semantic Web, and see this. The Semantic Web and the Digital Library by Burke has been added now. You are seeing that. Okay. So here, when you simply add a PDF file, what is happening is the system is extracting all the metadata related to that. Can you see here what is the journal, year, volume, issue, pages? You have abstract also, keywords, URL is not there, document object, digital object identifier, and the files that what you have. So if you wish to change this, you can change this also. Say how many journal article, magazine article, patent, report, statute. Okay? But we will keep it as journal article. Okay. So I just now added two, remember this Burke and Cundiff. I have added these two here. I will also show you how the same thing gets reflected in the online version. Do you see those Burke and Cundiff? You don't see here, na? So I will say If you should take sometimes couple of seconds lag will be there. Okay, no problem. We will. Okay, just remember that we will check that later. Sometimes there will be a lagging here. So you have seen that you can add PDF files by simply double clicking on that. Now, what if you want to add a big folder? Okay, so what I will do is I will come to desktop. So articles test. Okay, so I will just show you how many articles are there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 13 articles, and I will tell you how they can be added in one go. So that means add folder, article. See, all those which were there in a folder, now they become part of your digital library, reference library. But not only that, what happened is the entire metadata related to this has come here. Okay, this is a journal article, whatever it is, all those things have come. So the same thing will get exported when you are making in-text citations. Okay, let us see whether those, what's the okay, okay, no problem. So you see that these many articles are there. Now, you know, when you wish to, now that you start the process of reading this, how this tool helps you to read and add. Okay. Otherwise, one more process of adding is add entry manually. If you do that, then you have to type here. If, for example, journal article, authors. I'm just giving a fictitious or SRBLS. So these details, when you fill up, it goes into the repository. So that's why I won't be doing it. So you have to basically write everything. You have to manually create it. So what you have to do manually, the system is doing on its own. Okay. Say for example, what I will. So we just finished add up files, add folder, add entry manually, but you can also add something. One second, go to Google Scholar. Google Scholar. Let us search some. development economics. I'm just taking these examples. Say, for example, when you see this, okay, so one second. You know, when you download these things, web importer and all, you will get to see this. Can you see this icon here? So you just, this is a web importer. When you click on this, I don't know, today it appears to be pretty slow. Why it is so slow, I don't know. One second. Usually it doesn't happen. Straight away you can take the full text as well as the full bibliographic details into your Mendeley. Very unfortunate actually. It's a simple step. Just 1 second. I will just okay. Okay. Okay, I think we are getting it. References. Okay, you see that I searched for development economics and I could see that there are so many the Nobel laureates. Abhijit Banerjee book is or article is there. It's the same thing, you know, it also comes with, so I will select this, okay. Experimental approach, Abhijit. One more, okay. Okay, Introduction to Development Economics, Subrata Ghata. These two things I want to be added to my library. How do I do that? Please remember this. So this is Abhijit. Okay, I'll say add. Good. So we will go there and see this. Well, do you see? Can or it is the sync is taking time actually. Very unfortunate, you know. Today this sync, no? Otherwise it should happen effortlessly. Mhm. As long as this doesn't stop syncing, it becomes difficult. Very unfortunate. Okay, so we will look for those references, but beforehand, I want to share with you another possibility that is there. Okay, CHUNG. Okay, say for example, you are reading this paper, okay, you have taken this out, and while reading this, you realize that this particular paragraph is useful to you for your analysis chapter. So what you can do is, you can highlight this. Okay. This gets saved here, and then you have this particular para for your for review. You can use different coloring mechanism also, and then this one for introduction. Okay, so these will remain in this only. Okay, these things will remain, and whatever you have, so I will note down the author's name. Okay, CHUNG, measuring. Okay. Now I will close this. Okay, we will move around. You come to the, so this one, no? This one. So when you open this second time, you see this. Whatever marks you have made, you get to see this. This is useful for analysis. This is useful for review. This is useful for introduction. Not only here, when you see here, see this, private annotations. Whatever annotation you have done in this is you get to see. These are the details and these are the notes. So what you usually do in the print documents by using a marker to highlight and say that this I want to use for analysis, you will be able to do it using the system itself. Okay. So highlighting also is possible for you. Okay. I had, different folders you can create. You can put papers in that. Say, for example, you want to create a folder for your review, and then from all, you want to select some and put them to review. There is some problem with the internet access quality has not been as good. Morning when I was doing a trial, it was working pretty well, but now it is taking too much of time. Even the first one, 2 papers that we collected, no, Abhijit, those things also have not yet come. Here also they have not moved. Seems to be some problem with this. So this is very unfortunate, but it has not yet come. So basically what you understood here is how to add files, add folders. Watch folder is something, basically if you add any article to it, so automatically it should get uploaded here. आपको add करने की भी जरूरत नहीं है. So it's like, if you say that the desktop, I say this as, okay. So next, whenever, say for example, I add any reference to this, by default it should get added to the Mendeley. Now there is some, it's very slow, responding in a very sluggish manner. I'm really sorry. I'm unable to explain to you the full potential of Mendeley. Obviously, it is taking so much of time actually. So what we have done is add files, add folder, watch, add entry manually. Okay, folders, you can create multiple folders also, wherever you wish, but all the documents will be available in all documents general folder also. The rest of the things, they get segregated. So this way what happens is, when you create a folder, chapter 1 introduction, so by doing this way, you can drag all the references and then in the respective folder. So if you're writing introduction, you have in one place all the references that you would require. So this way, it helps you to organize your references also with the full text. And you can also annotate. Say, for example, what we have Chung. Okay. This one, if I put into, see, here it has come now. The same one where you had put the references. So this is how it will help you to organize the references, and so once you build a proper library, now let us go to this one. Okay, I'll go to my library. You see this Abhijit Duflo, we checked, so it has come here. And Dr. Banerjee, it is yet to come here because the sync is not happening. Okay, but at least it has come here, Banerjee. Okay, and if you see here, same full text is opening here. Okay, so this is how the best part of it. Now you can select all these references and export them as RIS export. We can this is as simple as that. So when you see this export file completed, it is there on the you see this, it has come here. So next time if you wish to import, it is as simple as this. Add new files from computer, import library, say RIS. I will simply click on this export. No? Here, almost all of them again got added to this. Every file you will find twice, because twice I see this. Okay, it is as simple as this one. So coming to this test document, and then adding references, say for example, let us do this. Is there any question on what we have discussed so far? Is it
No, sir, not yet.
okay? Okay, now here I will simply cite references. Okay. I will add a couple of randomly. I am adding. Just to explain. Okay, so here now if you have after adding citations, you have to choose a citation style. When you click here, now right now it is American Political Science Association. If you wish to change, there are more than 16, 17 formats are there. National Library of Medicine, Modern Language Association, Harvard Reference Format, read them right, Chicago Manual of Style, American Psychological Association. So you can, when you click here, and done, and here you say, after references, if you say insert bibliography, all the four of them, whatever is 1, 2, 3, 4, gets added here. So this is how it makes your life easy for managing the references. So basically, uh, what it helps you is you can add references with much ease. You can add references one by one. You can completely, dump one folder containing all PDF files, and all of them gets added. Or you can add manually, or otherwise you can create one folder on your desktop where you simply keep on watch folder, keep on dumping there, and the Mendeley will keep on updating itself by exporting all that is there in the folder. So it is as simple as that. And second, you can organize that into different folders, and you can add notes, you can annotate, you can change different colors, and highlighting, you can do that. So this way, a fair guess is that even if there is each of the file is around 4 to 5 MB, you will still be able to store more than 400 full text references along with full text in the Mendeley free account. If you top up by subscribing, by paying additional amount, then it can go up like anything. Say for example, for your Gmail account, up to 15 GB is free. So almost 90% of the people would manage within that. There could be people who wish to have additional storage space. They will buy additional storage. So this is how you need to. So for starting off with Mendeley, all you require is you have to first download the reference manager, second web importer, and third is the site plugin. These three things are there. Reference manager is basically physically it manages your references on your desktop or laptop. Web importer basically helps you to add references with the icon. You just click on icon. It is the same in Jotaro also, where JED appears, and the moment you click on JED, it gets added to your references. Reference manager, web importer, and site plugin. Site plugin basically is embedded in the Word document, where it will help you to cite in-text citations, make in-text citations, and afterwards, if you wish to change the citation format, it helps you to do that. All you have to do is simply you just have to change it. Say for example, I will show that once again. Say it is there, you have done something now. Now you want to change it. All you have to do is delete this, choose citation format. So it is American Psychological Association. Now let's go for okay, Harvard. And I will say insert. See this, entirely different thing. So the reference citations remain same. Only is you deleted those citation format and simply added a new one. Okay. It is as simple as that. Now I know you might be having a lot of questions about this. Was it confusing to you, or I was able to simplify this? Did I leave you more confused, or I added some understanding about using Mendeley, the reference management tool?
So they say it was very simplified.
Okay, I hope. Okay. Those who have done little bit of work, for them it looks easy. But others, yes, you may please. But there is no rocket science in this. All you have to do is you have to download Reference Manager, Web Importer, Site plugin. First requirement is you must have an account on Science Direct on Mendeley. So create one account. For that, you just need to give your email ID and a password of your choice. When you do that, it sends a verification link. Just click on the link, your account is verified. So once you have a Mendeley account, your web interface is also ready. So every time you are working on either the desktop or on the web interface, both of them are syncing together depending on the internet speed. So this way you can, so that whether you are working from home computer, whether you are working from office computer or a cyber library, you would still have the same references available to you. So this is the best part of it.
So we have a query here. Yeah, Rashmi ma'am is asking why the citation has a gray shade. Will it stay so when the PDF of the article is generated?
Okay, one second. See this, I have a print preview कर रहा हूँ मैं. It is not there. Okay, you see this. Only there it is appearing. Because,
so your screen is not visible.
1 second. Okay, 1 second. This is what happens when. Okay, so
yes, sir.
Okay, here you can see that. I will close the preview. Now in the original, it is appearing gray shade. Okay, you see the gray shade. Now when you print this, or when you see the print preview, it is not there. The references are clean. I can even increase it to 150. You can see that. So it doesn't appear that way. It doesn't appear. Only because there is some command embedded there, it is gray shade. Otherwise, it doesn't appear as gray when you convert your document into PDF.
Okay, sir. Subhash sir is asking a difference between the Mendeley reference and reference manager.
Mendeley reference?
Yes, Mendeley reference and reference manager.
No. There is nothing as such as a Mendeley reference. Okay. It's a reference management tool. Mendeley reference management tool. Okay. So here, the reference manager is a tool or a piece of software or an application that is installed on your desktop or your laptop. Its job is to create and maintain that library. Now, because you will be working on multiple places, so if you log into your online account, so every time you add any reference, continuously both will be talking to each other, the reference manager and your web account. This is only a safety measure to ensure that your references are saved in the cloud also. So this reference manager, what I'm mentioning here, is a Mendeley reference manager only.
Yeah. Sir, which is a better tool, Zotero or Mendeley? One participant is asking.
It's, it all depends on what is your level of comfort with these tools. I would rather ask you, please spend 2 hours on this and 2 hours on that. Okay. Mendeley is backed by the robust publishing house, Science Direct. Okay. And what happens is, in Mendeley, there are multiple, everyone who is using Mendeley, those references also can be seen. And, assume that you publish an article. So how many Mendeley users have saved into your article into their reference manager? So that count also you will get. So that also indicates that so many people found it worthy to store your article.
Okay. Sir, we have a query by Soumya ma'am. She's asking which software we can use instead of MS Word to type the document.
No, if you have a window machine, then you use MS Word. Okay, this site plugin works with MS Word only. If you are using a window machine, you cannot use it in Notepad and other places. You have to use in MS Word. And if you are using a Linux-based machine, then in the LibreOffice, this site plugin is there. The job of a site plugin, I showed you three things in the beginning. One is the reference manager, second is the web importer, third is the site plugin. Site plugin is basically a small piece of software that will help you to borrow articles from the reference manager and then include them in the text that you are typing. Okay, so only MS Word you should be using if you are using a window machine. If you are using a Linux machine, then LibreOffice.
Okay, sir. I think we have taken up all the questions.
Okay. But I hope, did I make it simple to you or left you confused?
Yes, sir, definitely. No, it was very simple. And I think we can gain more knowledge only by practice.
Yes.
So
Yes.
as we start practicing, we will be able to do it in a better way.
Very true, very true. Because some of the things that I'm explaining, they are very rudimentary. You will definitely find, because these products now are continuously evolving. What I have explained to you today, there will be a better way of doing it tomorrow or day after tomorrow.
True, sir.
So it is always better that you indulge yourself, give 2-3 hours time. When you have access to such tools, you save a lot of time to do meaningful activities of research. So otherwise, you're citing in-text citations, changing the citation format, all those things becomes error-free because as I think one of the participants said in the morning, I don't even look at what is there in the bibliography because I know Zotero or Mendeley will take care of that. Otherwise, you will have to be worried about और pagination correct है कि नहीं, year सही लिखा है कि नहीं, issue number, volume number सही है कि नहीं. That element of doubt is the biggest impediment for any researcher. And just imagine ये page number, year of publication, ये आपको रोक के रखेगा. And there will be hundreds of such things. Instead of worrying about core focus of your research, you will be worrying about such mundane matters, which can be avoided by using such smart tools. Okay.
True, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Both the sessions were really wonderful, and we can make out from the comments we are getting in the chat box.
Okay.
And very truly explain a very simple and very easy to understand way. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And I will leave the presentations with Smita in case you wish you can share with the participants.
Yes, sir, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah. I now call upon Assistant Professor Ashwini Devadiga ma'am to propose a formal vote of thanks. Ashwini ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you, Smita ma'am. Greetings to one and all present here. I, Assistant Professor Ashwini Devadiga, I take it as an honor to propose the vote of thanks for the 9th day session of our 10-day program on research methodology in social science. First, I would like to thank our resource person for today, Dr. Sorry, ma'am. Yeah, I would like our resource person for the day, Dr. Satish Kannamadi, for his valuable insights on how to write a research paper in a proper way, how and where to publish research papers, where to get citations from in the first part of his session. And sir has also guided us on how to manage our references and the various tools for reference management in a very systematic way in the second part of his session. So I would like to thank you once again, sir, for your valuable insights. This has been a guiding force to all the researchers here. I would also like to express my sincere gratitude to our management for being considerate in all our endeavors. Our principal, Dr. Sridhara Shetty, our vice principal and IQAC coordinator, Dr. Liji Santosh, vice principal, Professor Sandesha Shetty, coordinators and teachers of all the departments for their contribution. I also thank the technical team. Last but not the least, I would like to express gratitude to all. Last but not the least, I would like to express gratitude to all the participants for their active participation. Thank you. Have a great day ahead.
Okay. Thank you, madam.
Thank you, sir.
Permit, I will leave the session.
Yeah, thank you so much, and please check your mail now.